Hey creatives, happy new moon in Capricorn. This new moon happens on Friday, December 23rd at 4:16 a.m. Central. So this new moon happens 1 degree in Capricorn. So if you are new here, my name is Latoya from Emerald Astrology, and I love talking about the moon. I love working with creatives and helping you, if you are a creative, live a fulfilling life with the cycles of the moon. So this new moon is in Capricorn, as you know, but maybe you don't know what new moon specifically means. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So the new moon is a great time to embrace the unknown. It's also a time for new beginnings and setting an intention. So this intention can come from what you are experiencing during the dark moon. So this happens a bit like a day or so a day prior to the actual new moon. So the moon is completely dark. And this reflects that we are experiencing a dark night of the soul, or, we're dealing with dark emotions. We're kind of frustrated. We're not sure. We're feeling kind of confused. Or we're just like not satisfied with what we have and we're wanting something more. So this is a time when we are embracing that about ourselves and we are accepting that this is a new beginning in our lives and setting an intention, taking charge. And Capricorn is the sign of being the achiever. I like to think of Capricorn as the CEO of the zodiac or the disciple of the zodiac. So we are embracing this side of ourselves. We all have Capricorn in our birth chart. So you want to know, or take a look at where this glyph or symbol of Capricorn is in your chart, and that's where you'll know what house is being highlighted for you this new moon in Capricorn. And if you want to get some insight, on what that means for you this new moon, I offer moon readings where you'll get some insight on what this moon means for you specifically, and how to work with this energy, because this can be a confusing time, again, with it being the new moon. And we're also getting ready for the new year. So we're very close. The holidays is happening. New Year's coming. And this is a good time to set your intention for 2023. So if you're wanting insight specifically for you, that's where you'll find it. You can find the link below, and let's get your reading. But I digress on that. Let's talk about this new moon in general and what this means for the collective. So the words that you can meditate on with it being the new moon in Capricorn, I like to look at, both sides, so the positive, the negative, the masculine or the feminine expression, or action and reflection. So the action, the positive, the masculine part of Capricorn, you can ask yourself, like, these questions. How can I achieve a specific goal? And you think about that, and then you can ask yourself, how can I be consistent? And then how can I remain grounded in reality? Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign, so it's very connected to the material realms. It doesn't really care for just talking about theory. It loves making theories or abstract thought into reality. Capricorn wants it wants to crunch some numbers. It wants to organize people. It wants to make things work so that it can achieve a specific goal. If not, then we're dealing with the negative side of Capricorn, which we'll ask ourselves some questions here in a minute. But Capricorn is also a cardinal sign. That's the mode, that's the way it operates. And so it's kind of like it likes to start things. It's literally the sign that represents like the winter solstice. So whenever Capricorn season begins, we're at winter solstice, the longest night, of the year, and it's starting to become the days are starting to become longer when Capricorn season begins. And so this time is like we're starting something. It's kind of like a hurry up to create a plan. That's what I've heard from an astrologer I was listening to. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Austin Kofik or something. But I love that he said that with Capricorn, was that it's like a hurry up to create a plan. And that's very much Capricorn, wanting to make something a reality. And we need a plan. If you're not making a plan, you're just kind of being a cardinal impulsive person. And that is more of like that Aries energy, which is appropriate, in certain seasons of our lives. But this one specifically, with it being Capricorn season, we need to hurry up and create a plan. So if you're, feeling the positive side of Capricorn, you can start leaning into the positive questions, the masculine questions, those action questions of, how can you achieve a goal? How can you stay consistent and grounded in reality so that you can continue to move forward? But if you're finding yourself in the negative expression of Capricorn, these are the questions that you can ask yourself so that you can get some reflection going on, figure out what's going on internally, and then therefore able to take action. So the first question is, why am I limiting myself? Capricorn has this tendency to have like a narrow mind or looking through a tunnel. And this happens because there's like an excess of focusing on a goal and not realizing that, everything or everyone around the goal is also contributing to its success. So asking yourself, why am I limiting myself? Or am I limiting myself is a good question to ask if you're feeling depressed and down and heavy. Another one is, if you're feeling depressed or down and heavy, is, why am I taking responsibility of this? It could be, you're helping certain family members. It could be that you're helping friends. It could be that you're taking on a lot in your business, or you're taking on a lot with your creative project. And so you want to ask yourself, if you're finding yourself depressed, down, and heavy, why am I taking so much responsibility here? Is this necessary? And if not, start cutting it out. And then last, why am I being so hard on myself? Personally, I'm very hard on myself, so I really get this. Before I didn't understand that. I was like, man, I just feel really heavy and, just kind of like, there's so much to do, having that kind of mentality. But, you really want to like stop and ask, like, why am I so hard on myself? Like, I literally just started this project. I'm not going to be, a success overnight. Maybe this is going to take years. Maybe this is going to take a month, whatever. Just asking yourself, if you're feeling depressed, down, heavy, why am I being hard on myself? And why am I, if that's the case? Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is currently in Aquarius at 21 degrees. And with Saturn being in Aquarius, this gives us some more insight on what this new moon is all about for us. And what I get from it with Saturn being in Capricorn is that we are learning to take responsibility for the progress of our chosen community. And before we can do that, specific thing, we need to deeply understand our uniqueness and offer it as if it is our duty. And so we're taking personal responsibility for our gifts, for our experiences in life, and realizing that we are an authority of some sort, and we can take charge of our lives and provide some kind of service to our chosen community. As creatives, we kind of like find ourselves flowing and just kind of like, I don't know, maybe I can do this, maybe not. But like, realize that, you possess a certain gift, and there's certain people out there that really needs you, and or their lives can really benefit greatly if you were to make yourself available. And so I think with Saturn, getting to the later half of Aquarius, we're really starting to get a handle on this lesson, and really figure out how to do that effectively. And then the last one that I've thought about with Saturn being in Aquarius is that, we're facing reality. Reality is changing. Life is changing. We have technology that's growing, every single day. You've got the AI photos and stuff like that, and it's really up to us to participate in this. We don't have to, we don't want to, but really, ask yourself, do I really want to participate in this? And if so, what is my goal? Where am I going? Capricorn needs a plan. In this area of our life, we need a plan. And so, yeah, so this is the energies that we're working with. We're starting off, in Capricorn season, from December 22nd to January 19th. The sun is transiting through Capricorn, and that's what makes Capricorn season for us, and so we're focused on how we use our energy, our time, and our authority so that we are more productive in what we have. So we're making the most of what we have, their time, our energy, all these things, so that we can achieve a certain goal. So you may be wondering, how can you actually work with this energy? This new moon, you're setting your intentions, you're moving forward. You want to first spend time alone and reflect on your uniqueness and how reality has brought this to the surface for you. And, think of ways, brainstorm, like, how can this be some kind of service to other people? Imagine what it would be like if you revealed yourself to those who actually matter to you and served them with this gift. With this new moon, the moon is co-present with Venus, Mercury, and Pluto, and so there's a lot of unearthing that's going on here. There's some new information that's it's about to start unfolding. Mercury is moving forward, and it will soon conjunct Pluto, I think in a couple of days or something like that, after the new moon. And, so this is kind of like a time to really be with yourself and think through and face, any kind of fears that comes up, any kind of concerns that you may have, and just really think through, like, what are your certain gifts that you can provide to others. I know, for me, like, I was able to, like, during the full moon in Gemini, was able to come out with a plan on my writing schedule. And so that was a new thing I'd never done before, but that's a way for me getting ready for the year. That's my goal. My goal is to write more content for you guys and have a variety of things to talk about. So look out for that next year. We'll see how my Saturn return treats me, but that's my goal. That's what I'm trying to achieve next year, as well as moon circles. If you're interested in that link is also below. But yeah, so I'm just kind of we need to think about these things for us, like what's going on within ourselves, like what have we been through that is really like gives us authority in this area of our lives, and that we can provide as a service to other people. And these things sometimes are not easy. These things are not comfortable. I know, like, for me, dealing with my own emotions, being a moon in Scorpio, it's very intense. Relations with mother, could be different, or like just me being able to see how people's relationships with their parents really affects how they are today, and just like having these kinds of insights from myself, it is coming from a very painful experiences from myself, from my family members, all these things, seeing that, how their their behaviors manifested from and their own experiences. But this gives me a chance to share my insights through writing, through speaking, through all my events that I'm doing. So that's the way I'm using it. But you want to think about your gifts and like what you've been through and how you can provide that to other people. And indulge in this vision. Moon squares Jupiter. He just went back into Aries. Let's see, on the 20th. So this is like, 3 days before the new moon. So, indulge in this vision a bit. And then realize that with you doing this, you're one step closer to making this a reality. Mars is still retrograde. Mars rules Aries, so we're not moving forward just yet with this vision, but allow yourself to indulge, think about it, imagine it, and see how the pieces come together. So that is the new moon in Capricorn video. If you, again, want some insight on how this new moon is working for you, specifically, I would love to provide, a reading for you so that you can either get the monthly astrological and spiritual insight by becoming a moon lover, or you could just get a simple moon reading and we could talk specifically about this new moon in Capricorn for you. And I also will provide offering a moon circle. So if you're curious about, the moon in Capricorn and want to be a part of that, just get a quick reading, do some yoga with us. That is also available to you as well. So I hope you have a great new moon in Capricorn, and thanks for watching. Bye.